Abusia eya semo say yabekai 2022-2023 dia na chese ya Mahama Cecilia Depaah ewon sem circulate ewo Ghana ha se wawia aban sika chese eho eye special prosecutor agin semnet na so ye won investigation egu Mahama nanum ase ye eho press conference chese contract bi a waje eho sika na chese wadi chese a whole lot of nonsense and some hunu and a chese omo keka eche eye Mahama Cecilia Depaah. Now finally a year behind for a day and some abba monte so abe clear say ya Mahama Cecilia Depaah ewia obi sika aban contract aban sika woni ye and ona say ashi eye NDC fo say like say no omoye disturb and no say the omoni magu ase to the sense omonya nsem ya enka ama say omo say ya Mahama eye money laundering.
For corruption related issues. People will also remember her, my brother, my sister, as a woman who was not too honest while she was in office. That's what a lot of people think. Now the President of the Republic of Ghana came to her rescue, came to her support when he said, you are resigning. You don't want to be the minister anymore. Out of integrity, you want to go so that you make room for investigators to investigate you. Issues of corruption. The whole Ghana applauded. The economy was going down. People were stealing, we were told. We couldn't wait to get this government out. And the president said, I know you are an honest woman, and I know that you will be vindicated at the end of it all. Several millions in hard currency and local currency were found in her house, under her bed, in cupboards, and so many other places that nobody ever fathomed. She had 2 maidservants who saw how much money was coming into the house. And knowing that she is a politician and the mentality of Ghanaians, politicians are thieves. Probably they whispered to themselves, if thief man, God they laugh. So they started stealing from the money that she was bringing in, and she never realized it. You know, the money is a little bit, and somebody even takes a penny out of it, you are able to tell immediately. So it is hard for the poor man's money to be stolen. But when a man is rich and has money in abundance, you can take as much as you want, and before they realize it, it might be in their grave. My brother, my sister, but how did the alarm blow? One day her husband forgot something at home and decided to rush back to the house to pick up the thing. And when he came in fact, he realized that one of the doors was opened. And they were the only people who had the key to that door. He and his wife. And when he called, he heard a voice from the room. How did this person get into the room? The maidservant was talking from the room. Whatever they did, my brother, my sister, alarm blew. And it was reported to the police. After they realized that some money had been stolen, it came out that so much money in hard currency had been stolen. Money that could do a lot for this nation. Running into several tens of thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of euros, tens of thousands, my brother, my sister, in hard currency and local currency. In fact, she had so much expensive jewelry, some of them stolen by this maidservant and her colleague. We were told they were both arrested. The husband had expensive suits, my brother, my sister, and the cost of each one of them was startling. How did they get the money? She said that the money, was actually entrusted into her care by her family. It was supposed to be money for some funeral. Investigation started immediately from the office of the special prosecutor. And the boss is called Cecilia Depaah. For some time now, he has been rocking the hornet's nest. My brother, my sister, a lot of money is spent on the office of the special prosecutor. To whom much is given, much is desired. And this man has developed strong muscles, and he is shaking the foundation of corruption in the country. Not many people gave him a chance, especially his predecessor, Alamisi Amidu. He called him a small boy. But it looks like the small boy has grown into a big boy. Apontrenimo, wenyine abeyedien apotro. My brother, my sister, right now his name sends chills into the bones of corrupt people in this country. He's been able to draw some people into his office. In fact, top class people into his office. We all remember Mustafa Hamid, who was made to hold a certain placard in front of him. My brother, my sister, for a mark shot. And some other people who were said to be entangled in the net of corruption whilst they were in office. My very good friend, Paul Adum Ochri, was also invited to the office of the special prosecutor, and he spent a day behind bars, locked up. He told me personally that he slept on the floor. They had mattresses on the floor, and that was what he slept on. He said the food wasn't bad, but it was not the kind of food he would eat on a normal day. But nobody maltreated him. After some time, controversy started, in fact, being spewed. What happened? Adumochri was thanking people who put pressure on the office of the special prosecutor to get him out. And many well-meaning Ghanaians think that that is interference. But Adumochri has come to defend it. Manshia even had to pull a plug on the Adum Ochri allegations. My brother, my sister, today it looks like the Cecilia Depaah issue is here again. Watch this. Yes, my brother, my sister, and this one is coming from Ghana Web. OSP half-year report. Oforiata cited 54 times Cecilia Depaah and Sir John cases resurface. Sir John is dead and buried. Satan is sodomizing him heavily in hell. Everybody knows that. He was a man who stole forest reserve lands whilst he was the director, the CEO of the forest. He even wrote in his will and bequeathed that to some people who were his close allies. A thief who stole land, reserved land. And in his will, he dared mention that he was giving the stolen land to people. We should have gone to pull out his corpse, throw it outside there, and let tractors, excavators, run on the bones. That's what he did. He was buried in a very exorbitant grave. They built a whole house over his grave in Wonwo, where he came from. Such a dangerous thief. Sir John, and in our country, by our culture, you don't speak ill of the dead. Not this dead one. Not this one. Not people who blatantly stole from us. This is Sir John, dirty criminal. My brother, my sister, his party had to come back and say, yes, we have seen the will, but we are going to seize back every little thing, and that will not work with these stolen pieces of land. Why? The people of Wonwo, they like him because he was in office and probably did one or two things for them with stolen money. My brother, my sister, this is Sir John. His issue has popped up again. Cecilia Depaah's case was handed over from the OSP's office to the office of local economic and organized crime office. And last week, when I met with the boss, Capo de Tutti, my brother, my sister, Raymond Archer, he told me, Black Rasta, I don't want to comment on Cecilia Depaah's issue, but just give me a bit of time. When the announcement comes out, everybody will say, what? We have been working. But I can also assure you that this matter is not dead. But the office of the special prosecutor has hit it again. Run it, my youth. Watch this. Watch this story. The office of the special prosecutor has released its 7th half-yearly report covering January 1 to January 31, 2025, detailing significant developments in Ghana's fight against corruption. And the report presented by Special Prosecutor Cecilia Depaah prominently features former Finance Minister Kenneth Nana Ofori-Atta, mentioned 54 times, and former Sanitation Minister Cecilia Depaah, amongst other high-profile issues. Now, when you look at the Ofori-Atta issue, what does it say? Now, the report captured former Minister of Finance Kenneth Nana Ofori-Atta as being under investigation for suspected corrupt practices, including influencing procurement processes for contracts related to the National Cathedral Project, Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited, and the purchase of 307 Mercedes-Benz ambulances. Woo! This is heavy. Now, the OSP declared Ofori-Atta a fugitive from justice on February 12, 2025, after he failed to attend scheduled interrogation, citing medical reasons abroad. Now, from the office of the special prosecutor, we are told that he's actually abusing the system. He goes to court every now and then. The matters are delayed like that so that he can buy time for himself. Now, despite agreeing to return by May 2025, Ofori-Atta's lawyers later cited a cancer diagnosis, delaying his appearance. Woo! Now, the report noted that the OSP rejected his offer for a video interview and redeclared him a wanted person on January 4, 2025, triggering an Interpol red notice for his arrest and extradition. Oh my God. You see that? Now, Ofori-Atta's legal challenges, including a dismissed High Court application to quash an arrest warrant, continue with a human rights court case adjourned to October 23, 2025. So this is Ofori-Atta. He's still a fugitive on the run. He says he has cancer. He can't come, but he can do a video interrogation. But the OSP wants him here so that he can be locked up at least for 2 days or 3 days. For somebody to come and bail him so that if he runs back, we can get the properties. My brother, my sister, let's continue with the story. It's a very interesting story. Now to Abena Depaah. We're going to hear what exactly the Abena Depaah story is. Now, the report revisits the investigation into former Minister of Sanitation Cecilia Depaah. Now, the probe was initiated in July 2023 over suspected corruption involving large sums of money and valuables. Oh yes. Now, after 7 months of investigation, including a parallel probe by the U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, the OSP, according to the report, found no direct evidence of corruption, but identified indications of money laundering and structuring. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? They didn't find direct issues of corruption, but they found skeletons of money laundering, which is not corruption, but it's a crime. There's a difference between corruption and crime. The office of the special prosecutor only deals with corruption. Crime is tackled by Iyoko. So they have sent the matter to Iyoko. The case was referred to the Economic and Organized Crime Office in January 2024, returned in May 2024, and re-forwarded to Iyoko on May 29, 2025 for further investigation into the suspected financial crimes. Yes, my brother, my sister, this is the issue. Her issue is up again. But I can tell you on authority that the boss of Iyoko, Raymond Archer, has told me point blank, Black Rasta, I won't make a comment on this issue. I can only tell you